You're working all day. Your calendar is packed, Slack is on fire, and somehow nothing finishes. That's not a motivation problem. It's a decision problem. Tiny delays are stealing real money from you, one unanswered question at a time. The worst part is it feels responsible, like you're being careful, when you're actually aging decisions until they rot. Waiting hides in plain sight because nobody logs it as work. But it is work, and it is expensive. Once you see where your time goes, you stop donating it to hesitation. Moving to slide 2. Most of your time doesn't go to doing the work, it goes to waiting between people. A task gets 30 minutes of real effort, then sits for 2 days because it needs a sign-off. Then it moves to someone else's queue, behind 10 other quick approvals. Then a question comes back, not because the work was wrong, but because the decision wasn't clear. So the thread bounces. Someone asks for context that already exists. Someone asks for a different format. Someone says, loop in finance. Nobody is being malicious. The system is built to create queue time. Approvals replace progress when they become a substitute for ownership. If no one is the named decider, everyone becomes a reviewer. Reviewers optimize for not being blamed, so they add conditions, more stakeholders, more waiting. And the longer you wait, the worse the decision gets. Prices change, customers move on, engineers lose the mental model. Now you pay a second time in rework. If you want speed, you don't start by yelling move faster. You start by finding the decisions that are quietly stuck. Moving to slide 3. You fix this by building a decision inventory. Keep it simple and specific. First, name your decision types: pricing exceptions, launch readiness, vendor selection, bug priority, hiring yes or no. Anything that shows up again and again. Second, list the recurring choices you see every week. Don't start with the big strategy moments. Start with the frequent asks that interrupt real work. Third, mark 2 categories: high frequency and high risk. High frequency decisions create constant drag. High risk decisions create paralysis. Finally, track who decides, not who contributes, not who gets notified. Who can say yes, no, or stop. If you can't name that person in one line, that's the leak. Once the inventory exists, the pattern stops being a feeling and starts being something you can measure and improve. Moving to slide 4. AI can find the friction faster than you can by scanning the trail you already leave. Email and chat threads show where decisions store. It can flag long gaps between messages, repeated questions that never get resolved, and topics that keep reopening. It can also tag unclear ownership when a thread keeps getting forwarded without a commit. You don't need more opinions. You need visibility into latency. Moving to slide 5. Effort is not your bottleneck. Latency is. So measure latency per decision, not just how hard your team works. Track cycle time from first ask to final commit. Count touches before resolution, meaning how many times it gets handed off or re-asked. Measure time to first response, because silence is a decision delay. Measure time to final commit, because looks good is not a decision. Then track rework after late choices. If you decide after building, you will rebuild. When you put these numbers next to each decision type, the truth gets uncomfortable fast. Some decisions cost more in waiting than they ever could in analysis. Cut the waiting, and you get speed without burning people out. Moving to slide 6. Slow decisions usually come from a handful of traps. First, low clarity on criteria. If you haven't agreed on what good means, every conversation loops. Second, too many approvers. Each extra person adds new preferences, new fears, and new delays. Third, fear of visible mistakes. Teams optimize for not getting blamed, so they delay until the perfect answer appears. Fourth, information scattered everywhere. When inputs live in 10 tools and 50 messages, nobody trusts they are seeing the full picture. And finally, no default option. Without a fallback, you keep debating because stopping feels risky. If you want speed, you do not need more meetings. You need tighter rules for how a choice gets made, and a repeatable way to make the next one even faster. Moving to slide 7. Turn each recurring decision into a template. Keep it to one page. List inputs, constraints, and the real options.
State trade-offs in plain language, including what you are not doing. Assign one owner who signs the call.
Attach a deadline to the choice, not the discussion. When decisions become briefs, they stop being personalities and start being process,
which makes it much easier to plug in smart help.
Moving to slide 8. AI works best as a decision copilot when you treat it like a fast analyst, not a magic judge. Drop in a long thread or a pile of notes and ask for a clean summary in your decision brief format.
Ask it to extract options, risks, and assumptions people are making, without saying out loud. Ask what data is missing that would change the decision, and what data is just nice to have. Then have it propose a default path with clear conditions, like if X is true, pick option A. If not, pick B. Finally, have it draft the memo so your team is reacting to a document, not to chaos. You still own the call, but the noise gets compressed into something you can actually decide from, before the calendar eats another hour. Moving to slide 9. Meetings become decision debt when they let you feel progress without paying the price of commitment. You discuss, but nothing gets decided. Nobody reads ahead, so the first half is rehashing context. People leave with actions, but no owner, no due date, and no definition of done. The hard call gets pushed to next week because we need one more input, and the calendar politely hides the delay by turning it into routine. Fix this by requiring a pre-read decision brief, naming the decision owner, and ending every meeting with one of two outcomes: a signed decision or a written list of exactly what is needed to decide with a date. If the meeting cannot do that, it is not a meeting. It is a delay with invites, usually because authority is still floating. Moving to slide 10. Permissioning kills speed because approval layers stack silently. You start with one check, then legal wants a look, then finance, then a senior leader just to be safe. Everyone waits for safety instead of moving with clear limits. Escalations turn political because the rules are vague, so people optimize for who they can persuade, not what is correct. The fix is to define decision rights like budget thresholds, risk tiers, and scoped boundaries, then delegate authority to the lowest responsible level. Make escalation the exception, not the default. When people know what they can decide, they stop asking for permission and start delivering outcomes. Speed is not recklessness. It is clarity you can operate from, and clarity you can track. Moving to slide 11. Build a decision dashboard so you stop guessing where time goes. List your 10 slowest decisions. Track average latency by type, like hiring, pricing, approvals. Log reopen rate and the real causes, unclear owner, missing inputs, late objections. Map bottleneck people and steps. Then do a weekly review where you pick one small fix to try immediately. Momentum comes from seeing the system, not blaming the team, and it protects quality and trust at the same time. Moving to slide 12. Speed means nothing if people stop trusting the output, so you need guardrails that are easy to follow. First, audit AI summaries regularly. Pick a sample each week and compare the summary against the source. When it misses key constraints, update your prompt or template or the source inputs, not your memory. Second, keep sensitive data scoped. Only share what the model needs to do the task. Use redaction, placeholders, and separate channels for confidential details. Third, record assumptions and risks in the brief. If the AI fills gaps, label them as assumptions and write the risk if they are wrong. That prevents confident nonsense from becoming policy. Fourth, disagree, then commit cleanly. Use AI to draft options and counterarguments, but run the disagreement in the open, decide once, and document the rationale so you do not relitigate next week. Finally, a human owns the final call. AI can propose, summarize, and stress test, but you are accountable for consequences, context, and ethics. When your process makes truth easy to check and responsibility easy to name, trust becomes automatic.
Moving to slide 13. Run a 7-day test. Pick one decision type you make often, like customer refunds, content approvals, or weekly priorities. Measure your current latency baseline for a few real cases. Add a simple template and a single owner, even if several people contribute. Use AI to generate briefs, options, and a risk list from your inputs. Next week, compare time to decision, reopen rate, and how confident people felt. If this helped, subscribe for more systems you can use. Then, comment with the decision type you are testing. Don't chase every AI tool. Build the systems that outlive them.